And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down here with Palmer. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he takes this down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there for the Niners. 52 yards. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now McCoy. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Off the play fake. Here's Palmer. He's got time in the pocket. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. And now it's 4th down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good. But when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
They're going to try and throw. And he locates Wheaton, complete. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 1 man in the backfield. That's McCoy. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. 2nd down following the incompletion. On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And McCoy loses the football. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A long way to go for the offense here on 3rd down. They'll come out in the pistol. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. It's the 2014 NFL interception leader, Glover Quinn. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points. As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
2nd and 10, it's Palmer again. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's third down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. In motion, Gronkowski. On 3rd down, Palmer. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So they had great field position, but a 3-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a 3-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. A gutsy call there. You exit the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
They'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. And they'll keep it on the ground with McCoy. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Cameron Wake makes plays like that look simple because I think he plays with excellent leverage. Really does a nice job of being lower than the offensive guys trying to block him. He gets underneath them and goes up and down the line of scrimmage to make those types of plays.
And kept him to a short run play there. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little game.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
And Frank's kick is good. And that trims the lead to 3. It's 9-6 now. A decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted.
He's got a man complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line.
Strength throwing the football downfield has never been an issue for this big guy. I still remember the first time I met him. He was playing for USC, and when I got introduced to him, I thought I was meeting their starting tight end, not their starting quarterback.
Such a presence, Carson Palmer.
Very much so. Has had it ever since he entered campus there and still has it today.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Here we go. Blue 95. Regular.
Second and 10. It's Palmer again. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And quickly they get to the line. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does, where a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw. Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one right into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Back now in Atlanta. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
1 man in the backfield. That's McCoy. He'll get the football here. And he loses the football a second time. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
He gets it left side to Johnson. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down. So you got to think, if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker.
Get ready.
They'll try and throw for him with Palmer. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Browns defense stands tall. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And there's so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense in every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't...
a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Bengal, Leon Hall. And now the Browns offense trots back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. Time for a break. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. Second down now after the incompletion. They come up in an offset eye. Homer apparently wants to throw it. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And it's third down. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Palmer to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there. He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
5 receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side. They'll look to throw. Caught, Kelsey, left side. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
Here we go. 319.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Marcus Wheaton was the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
He's back to throw. A left side completion to Jones. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
So 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium here. They come up in an offset eye. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Short throw pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. And they're going to go soft on the corners. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our 8, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with you, so it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a booth, and thanks for being our quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. Always a pleasure, my friend. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of Draft Champions here on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com/Madden. Till next time, we say so long from Atlanta.
Just a bunch of poor boys, daddy's girls, children of the cornfield, trying to turn a shift job into a dollar bill. We wear the muddy boots, stay true to how we're raised. Ain't nothing about us fake. You know we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks, whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week working now.
Boy, we've just gotten started here, and already these guys... Yeah, not too much analysis needed here. This is quite a get at this stage of the draft. Oh, did they get themselves a player here or what?
Straight out of moonlight.
Yeah, I think they got the best player there, and they got a guy that fills a big need, so that's an excellent choice.
Junkies getting funky to some old hang. Nothing been stuck in the mud that
Some tough choices coming up right about now. Do you go after the best available player, or do you go after... Yeah, maybe not the pick that's going to change this team's fortune, but he is an improvement over what they had.
money got them signed up, pick up truck.
Oh, no need to worry about this guy. Just plug him right into the starting role, and he'll be a massive upgrade.
Working now, everybody wanna party. All night long, bonfire on the back.
The Bears have been represented here already. It wouldn't be a shock to see a second come off the board here.
Straight out of moonlight, straight out of moonlight.
Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches? Or someone who can really help you out at the playmaking type spot? Still a few holes on this roster and not a lot of time left to do anything about it. This is a pretty telling pick here. Do you go for a big bruiser up front or get yourself someone who could be a difference maker? And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way. Both offensive and defensive options here. They might have to ask themselves which side of the ball needs more attention. And with time running short, you've got to hope some guys fall into your lap, or you could be left with some real holes on your roster. Now it's getting to the time of the draft where you talk about a friendly turn of the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here.
Turn up. I'm breaking in. I'm at the pearly gates, but they won't let it in. I told the devil, I said.
Oh, a tough decision on their hands now. And this, boy, you talk about a talented player. This guy's one of the best around. Oh, I tell you, you're not going to get too far in this competition without a superstar or two. And this guy right here, two words here, difference maker. That's what that pick right there is. We've seen one Detroit Lion be selected so far. Could another be far behind? These middle rounds are where your decisions can really impact your team. Because if you pass on certain positions, there's no guarantee you're going to... Definitely some options with this pick. Yeah, I think with that pick, you're just looking to build up your core. Get some guys in here that can help round out the roster. What to do here? Build up the interior of your line or get that skill player to add another weapon? And now is where you need to make these last picks count. Time to fill any holes you can before it's too late. Whoever's making the final decision here might have a coordinator in each year. Does this pick fill a big need? I'm not so sure that it does. But it is at least a slight improvement over what they... And this team does have a lot of needs, but this guy is a legitimate star, and he'll make everyone around him better. A bit of a dilemma with this threesome. Which side of the ball do you turn your focus to here? Boy, it's finger-crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping. And this is a big piece of the puzzle right here. Maybe a no-brainer, but a great pick regardless. Oh, how about this for a tough choice early on? Which direction they go? One thing this team's going to need is some leaders, and they've got one right here. Yeah, no surprise here. Anytime you can get your hands on a player of his caliber, I think you pretty well have to pull the trigger. Oh, no question that this guy's going to grade out as a huge impact over what was there before. In these middle rounds, you have to start asking yourself, do you settle for what's available now, or do you try and push your luck? Tough call here. Do you try and get tougher up front? And that's a pick that'll solve a lot of problems out there. He'll fit in nicely.
I make them levitate and circle with the birds. I don't need to force it. I landed a curve. Whatever occurs, thank you.
Yeah, here's a spot where the fan base would be clamoring for a skill player. But do you listen to him or go after someone who can help you up? Still some big holes remaining to be filled. Here's where you may have to go after a lower-rated player just to make sure you get. One Philadelphia Eagle has already been taken in this draft. Could they double up and take another one here? Boy, it's finger-crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem. These are tough decisions here. Offense, and there's a pick that'll certainly help. Maybe not an impact signing, but you're not going to hit a home run every round. I'm not sure that this selection is going to provide a huge punch, but he's at least a guy that does have some up. And I think that pick comes to the surprise of nobody. You had to figure they lean that way if a player from that team became available. Boy, the skills just leap out at you with this guy. He will be a very important part of this ball club.
Ain't no stress affecting my presence, but sometimes the pressure keep pressing. Worst keeps my impression impressed. That's the way to relate. I'm just trying 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 to relate.
Still a long way to go in this draft. Boy, you talk about a friendly turn of the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here. Excellent selection. Just what this team needs to maybe get him over the hump.
Looking like a brick and all them zippers on a jacket on you. He got a thing for Latin.
Oh, this guy's a rare talent and a huge upgrade over what they had before.
Practice it. I'm about to fill you up the status ready. Rock up with the click and I ain't looking like the side in this. I'm the opposite cause I'm the main event.
So with a handful of starters already. Oh, and that's a key upgrade right there. He's versatile, athletic, and a big upgrade over what they had. Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches or someone who can really help you out at a playmaker type spot? Certainly Patriots will be a hot commodity here. We've seen one go already. Might we see a second? Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches or someone who can really help you out at the playmaking type spot? Still a few holes on this roster and not a lot of time left to do anything about it. Options here on both sides of the football. It's pretty much of a coin flip if you ask me. And with time running short, you've got to hope some guys fall into your lap, or you could be left with some real holes on your roster. It's the age-old question on draft day. What's the bigger need, offense or defense? Now it's getting to the time of the draft where you really want to get lucky and hope somebody falls into your lap. And now is where you need to make these last picks count. Time to fill any holes you can before it's too late.
He trying to catch me in my feelings, but he don't know that I'm the though. Shout out to my people that can get it independent and ain't looking for no love though. He trying to catch me in my feelings, but he don't know that I'm the though. He trying to stunt and give me drinks. I got the bottles in the section and I'm part of the race.
Oh, how about this for a tough decision early on? Yeah, not too much analysis needed here. This is quite a get at this stage of the draft. Well, not too tough to see into the thought process of that pick. Yeah, that's the kind of guy who can elevate that entire unit. He's a very talented addition. Some tough choices coming up right about now. Do you go? Oh, no need to worry about this guy. Just plug him right into a starting role, and he'll be a massive upgrade. Oh, did they get themselves a player here or what? The Cards have seen one player get taken already. Could another be about to join him? This is a pretty telling pick here. Do you go for a big bruiser up front or get yourself someone who could be a difference maker at a skill position. Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's always a tough decision, offense or defense. It's all about finding the right balance when you're putting a team together. And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way. Definitely some options with this pick. Do you take a skill player here or get yourself some help up front? Boy, you talk about a friendly turn of the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here. Boy, it's finger crossing time now with the end in sight. And boy, you talk about a talented player. This guy's one of the best around.
This over complex new design, I'm tripping over all the time. We try to walk a fragile line. Whatever's left is always right. I will take back what's rightly mine. This is what the Satan's fight. We're gonna set this place alight. Bring it on tonight.
All right, Larry, thank you. It is indeed time for a Draft Champions matchup and what is set to be a great Draft Champions matchup. In the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis, and these guys should have a huge impact on the outcome of this game. They're ready to roll. We're ready to roll. Let's roll. And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now a play fake here on first down. And right away, he lost the football. And this is picked. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Throwing now, Palmer on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Palmer's hit, fumble. He loses the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to...
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run. And they'll be left with a 3rd and 13. They don't want to waste this outstanding field position on this opening drive as they come up on 3rd down. Again, it's Henry. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board, but the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if, while the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
On 1st and 10, it's Palmer. Throw left side, completion to Rice. Give them 11 on the game there, and it'll be a San Francisco 1st down. Now Palmer on 1st down. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep, and that's caught inside the 30. 2 veterans there, Palmer to Fitzgerald. 44 yards.
Well, there's the first time in this game that Carson Palmer finds Larry Fitzgerald. Likely won't be the last, but how about the way these two have helped each other's careers?
Yeah, they really have. Palmer's hit, fumble. He loses the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, but pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Larry Fitzgerald from 6 yards away. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. And following the touchdown, Josh Scobie now will kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time, one-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football.
The big fella, 30, the 20. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Oh, this is blocked. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
In motion, the tight end Reed. 2nd and 10. It's Palmer again. And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack. Mario Addison able to get him for a loss of about 3. Well, there was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now Palmer on 3rd and long, eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. He's going to go up top again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
And Frank's kick is good. And that will give them a 12-point lead. The offense got the ball in a good spot, but they went nowhere. They settled for 3.
Brandon, I think it's safe to say that was a major disappointment. Had a great opportunity, excellent field position, and did not be able to move the ball at all. Big-time letdown.
Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, a little 360. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's got time. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. He got 29 yards that time. And time for us to take a break here in the booth. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
Get ready. Deep.
On 1st down, it's Palmer. Flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating...
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Right now, blue 58.
Palmer looking to throw. Tries for Rice, intercepted. Picked up by Tahir Whitehead. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Being chased out left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. And it's 2nd down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball...
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. But I think Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Throwing on third down, Newton. Buying time to his left. And able to find Graham, complete. Look at the big man rumble. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jimmy Graham, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Browns add on to their lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and it's third down.
Let's go.
On third down, Palmer. And he's got Fitzgerald. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Palmer. Jerry Rice, open right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now, hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throwing now, Palmer on 1st down. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
2nd and 10 now, and it's Palmer. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be third down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you cross-state to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley, he's got our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Derrick Henry, and he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That goes for a gain of 31. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They keep it with Henry on 1st down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
Newton to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. To throw is Newton. Dancing to his left. And it's complete. Henry. And he loses the football a second time. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. As the referee is under the hood, and we're seeing this as well, he's watching the knee, isn't he?
Similar to a bang-bang play in baseball where you're listening to the sound of the ball hitting the glove at first base while watching the runner's foot hit the base. Which one came first? Did the knee hit the ground, or did the ball come loose?
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it. Rest of the game. And it does get in your mind a little bit. And sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know the rule is first guy hold up the runner. Everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Now a first down throw for Newton. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
We've just gotten started here, and an instant impact right there. That's a big leap forward from what they had on the roster to begin with. Oh, I tell you, you're not going to get too far in this competition without a superstar or two. And this guy right here certainly fits. And this is a big piece of the puzzle right here. Maybe a no-brainer, but a great pick regardless. These middle rounds are where your decisions can really impact your team. Because if you pass on certain positions, there's no guarantee you're going to see. What to do here? Build up the interior of your... Yeah, I think they got the best player there. And they got a guy that fills a big need, so that's an excellent choice. And there's a pick that does fill a hole, but I'm not sure that it's really going to be the one that improves the overall squad a tremendous amount. Tough call here. Do you try and get tougher up front or get yourself a player in what we call a skill position? Still a few holes on this roster and not a lot of time left to do anything about it. And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way. And with time running short, you've got to hope some guys fall into your lap, or you could be left with some real holes on your roster. Now it's getting to the time of the draft where you really want to get lucky and hope somebody falls into your lap. Both offensive and defensive options here. They might have to ask themselves which side of the ball needs more attention. We've seen Dallas represented once already. Could another Cowboy be joining the fold?
All right, Larry, hope everyone is settled in for a great Draft Champions contest. Here, lucky to witness it, I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. These guys that you see on your screen, they won't be witnessing, they will be participating in what should be an excellent game. Let's get down to the field. It's time for kick. And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing on first down is Carr. Hauled in by Wheaton over the middle. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. They're just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
A first down carry by Elliott. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. On play action, now Carr. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Charles, he's got to be shaking his head after that drop.
No doubt about it, because that was a chance to... And in today's football, you have to score touchdowns every opportunity because offenses are so high-powered.
Running with Elliott. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. And tough starting field position here. On 1st and 10, Stafford is going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
To throw is Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
So they will go for it. Stafford trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyvon Branch. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Allen Hurns, 28 yards. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Trying for right, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
If you love pressure,
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They've got a third down and a yard to start things out. They go to Elliott again. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
He's quite an eyeful, isn't he? Big, strong, physical guy. When he came out of school, when I looked at my draft board, I went back through my notes to see how I had him rated. The number 2 back on my board coming out of college. Why? As I mentioned, big, strong, powerful guy, faster than you would think, and has the ability to catch the football out of the backfield, something that we didn't know he truly possessed. We saw that in the offseason workouts. Now he's putting his running ability to good use in the NFL.
On third down, Elliott. And he's got the first as they bring him down at the 28-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. They go play action here on first down. This is caught. Gronkowski. A good pickup there. 26 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. and reading your keys. You always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Man, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the back?
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. C.J. Anderson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. The linebacker, Justin Durant, with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On second down, Elliott. And some room to roam now. And he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I don't want to downplay the run, but that's exactly what I expected out of him coming out of college. When I look back at my draft analysis, one of the highest-rated players on my board, a 3-down back who can do everything. And one of the best parts of his game is what he does when he doesn't have the football, because he carries it really well, but he blocks equally as well as pass protects for his quarterback. I think he's going to be special.
Carr now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. And it's third down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. One man in the backfield, Elliott. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some space here. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Ezekiel Elliott, 37 yards. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped.
Oh,